Okay, we are going to go over the things that you should have completed on your own and things for information. So, do you understand what does the graph of a proportional relationship look like? It must be linear, which means it's a straight line, and must pass through the origin. And the origin is 0, 0. Why will the graph of every proportional relationship include the point 0, 0? Because when x equals 0, y has to equal 0. And I will explain why. When x equals 0, y has to equal 0. We know that a proportional relationship has to be y equals k of x. So that means if I take any number, a fraction, a decimal point, whatever, and if one of them is 0, so if x is 0 times any number, then my answer is going to be 0. So the reason why is because the formula y equals kx means any number multiplied by 0 has to be 0. That's why. Now, we're going to go to number 3. Michaela plotted 2 points, 0, 0, and 3, 3, 3 on a coordinate grid. Noah says that she's graphing a proportional relationship. Is she correct? Is Noah correct? Noah could be correct, as this line created would go through the origin as it says 0, 0 and point 3, 33. Since I know, which is x, y, since I know k equals y divided by x, I can substitute the 33 in for y and the 3 in for x. And so then I will get k equals 11. So if Michaela plots 2 points, I'm going to do a very bad job of it, but 0, 0 and 1, 2, 3, and we'll say this is 33. The line that would be created by those 2 points would be proportional. So, correct. Okay, now Martin and Isabel go bowling. Each cost $10 and they split that cost. So Martin has his own bowling shoes. So I'm going to come over here and make Martin. Okay, and it says that X is games and Y is cost. And then I have Isabel over here. She's got games, which is X, and cost, which is Y. So if he plays 0 games, it costs him nothing. Plot. If she plays 0 games, it costs her nothing. Plot. If he plays 1 game, he pays half of the $10, so it's $5. But if she plays 1 game, she has to pay the $5 plus $3 to rent shoes, so that will cost her $8. If he plays 2 games, it's 5 plus 5, which is 10. So I'm going to plot that point. And let's just show that his keeps going. Okay, so his only increases by 5 each time he plays a game. Okay, so his line would be like this. Okay, her line would be that, and then 1, 8. But she has to add $5 for the next one, so that would be 13. So let's go to 13, which is here. And 3 plus $5 would be 18. So let's see, 18 would be like right here. 4 would be 23. 23 is right here. Nope, 4. I did that wrong. 3 is 18. Oh, you see what I did? Sorry. 1 is here. 2 is 13. 3 is 18. 4 is right here. 5 is right here. Now, as you can see, if I were drawing a line, what happens right here? Does it stay straight? No. So not perpendicular, or not proportional. And why is it not proportional? Because they're going to ask these questions. And who is the person? Martin is proportional because he didn't have the extra cost of shoes. At the beginning. That makes Isabel's graph not linear. Number 6, choose one point in the graph of the proportional relationship and explain what this point means in terms of the situation. So I'm going to choose, let's see, 10, 2. I guess it would be 2, 10. So 2, 10. So the 2 shows how many games he played. And the 10 is his cost for those games. What equation represents the proportional relationship? So we are going to say y equals kx, but we remember that k comes from y over x. Well, let's just use these two numbers that are right here. Okay, so let's label that. This one is y, this one is x. So I'm going to put 10 where the y is and 2 where the x is. 10 divided by 2 equals 5. So now that I know k equals 5, I can substitute it in right here and say y equals 5x. And that's the answer to that one. Push pause if you need to. For number 8, for each graph shown, tell whether it shows a proportional relationship or not. Proportional, because it's linear through origin. Not proportional, not linear. This one is not proportional because it's not through origin. Push pause if you need to. Number 9, the graph shows the number of boxes and machine packages over time. Is the relationship proportional? Well, it's going through the internet origin, yes, and it's linear. So yes, proportional. Now I need to find out the 4 minutes. So 4 minutes is right here. So it does 100 boxes in 4 minutes. All right, we're going to go to number 10. Does this graph show proportional relationship? And here's why. No. Not proportional. not through the origin. All right, let's do 11. The graph shows a proportional relationship between the cups of flour a baker uses and the number of cookies made. What does the 0.00 represent in the situation? There is no flour's meat needed to make 0 cookies. What does the point 1, 18 represent? Well, there's the 1, and that's the 18. Oh, that's hard to see, in case you can't. The 1 represents 1 cup of flour needed to make the 18 cookies. The points 1/2, 1/10, and 7 are on the graph of a proportional relationship. What is the constant of proportionality? So I'm going to do K equals Y over X. And I'm going to use this one. So this is X. This is Y. So I'm going to put Y here and rewrite it. I'm going to put X here and rewrite it. So K equals 1/10 all over 0.5, which is 1/2. Now we know that that just means dividing, so I'm not going to freak out. And I'm going to write it as 1/10 divided by 1/2. And I know that that means keep, change, flip. So K equals 1/10 times 2 over 1, which equals 2 over 10, which simplifies to 1/5. So the constant of proportionality, K equals 1/5. Name one more point on the graph. So that's when you have to use that equation, Y equals K times X. So this is where it's cool. I get to substitute in K right here. So Y equals 1/5 of X. Well, now I just get to pick a number. Okay, so let's make X 1. Okay, so if I make a number 1, this is my X. My Y is unknown. So I'm substituting 1 in right here. Y equals 1/5 times 1. So guess what? 1/5 times 1, Y equals 1/5. So the point that I chose is right there. Write an equation that represents the proportional relationship. Guess what? We already did that right here. So Y equals 1/5 X. I did not make you do 13, but we can do 14. Does this graph over here show a proportional relationship? No. This is not a linear. Oh, this is not a line. We can just say this is not a line. So it is not proportional. All right, the graph on the right shows the relationship between rainfall during the growing season and the growth of a type of plant. Which statements about the graph are true? Well, let's see. The point 1, 10 shows the constant of proportionality. Well, let's see. If I go to 1, well, I don't even know where 1 is. So this is 7. So 1 might be right here-ish. But that's not true because that's not going to be all the way up here 10. So that's no, this is not true. The constant of proportionality is 5 over 7. So let's try this. Let's pick these points. This is a point, this is a point. So that is 7, and I know that because if I labeled all of these, which they didn't do. So that is 7. It went 7 along the X and 5 along the Y. And it's kept doing that. 7 I'm going to try to zoom this. So I want you guys to see what I'm trying to do here. Okay? Remember, these are 7. These are counting by 7s. So this point right here is 7, comma, shoot, I don't know, 5, because these are count by 5s. Okay? Now, we talked a little bit about, well, we should have talked a little bit in the video that we went over to the right. Our x was plus 7, and our y was plus 5. So if we kept doing that, let's change the colors. Plus 7 plus 5. Plus 7 plus 5. So our 7, since our 7 went that way, that is my x term. Since my 5 went this way, that is my y term. So that means I know that k equals y over x. And since we know that y is 5 and x is 7, k will equal 5 over 7. So that is, this one is correct. The graph does not show a proportional relationship. That's not true. It is a line and it goes through the origin, so therefore it is. The graph is the straight line through the origin. Yes, the point 2820 means the type of a plant grows 20 millimeters when it rains 27 millimeters. So let's see. 28, let's find where that point is. I'm going to erase. 28, 20. That's right here. Says that the 28 is rainfall, because it tells me right here. And the 20 is growth. So does that match? Yes. So there's the answer to that one.